Now, let's do a little bit of data validation and let's implement these 5 methods to return proper status codes from all of them. So in the index method, we're going to simply return status code 200, which is returned by default if you return successful response. So simply what I'm going to do is return array of arrays, and I'm going to return just one post inside there. Let me uncomment this part. I'm going to copy the following area. All right. And I'm going to put this here. So this is the index, simulation of the index. Let's go into Postman, switch get. We're going to get all posts. So I am getting array of arrays. And at the moment, we have only one object inside with the status code 200. That's important. Now let's go into store and do the simulation of creation, new record. I'm going to remove this. So we're accepting something inside the data, and I can take data title here, and I can take data body here. And let me actually take both title and body, and I'm returning them with status code 201. So that's a simulation that it's like we are creating a new record. Awesome. Okay, we don't have body, so we have this undefined array key body. That's a good thing. We're going to fix this through validation. Let's go into row. I'm going to remove ID, and we have to send title and body as well. Click on send, and we get 201 status code created. We're going to do the validation, and then we are going to see the proper message. Let's scroll down below inside the show. We're going to return. I'm going to simplify this, and I'm going to return it like this. Awesome. With status code 200, I'm going to comment out this part. Inside the update, this is where I'm going to do the validation, okay? And I'm going to return different status code. So on request, we have a method called validate, which accepts an array. And we have to provide a key of the property we want to validate, like title. And then we have to define the rules, how we're going to validate. We have 2 syntax to define rules. One is to separate rules by pipe. As an example, title must be required, pipe, it must be string, pipe, and the maximum length or minimum length can be 2 characters. So this is the rule, or more specifically, list of rules. Now let's define body. The second syntax, 1 rule, second rule, and third rule. This is it. So now, since the validation is completed successfully, we get the validated data right here. All right. And then we can take the data and perform the update. But I want to show you what happens if the validation is failed by Laravel itself. All right. So right now, let's do the simulation and let's simply return data if the validation is successful. Right. So let's send put request for a specific URL, and inside body we send both title and body. So we're going to get successful response. We return whatever we send, right? But now if I remove body and send request, now this is it. We see status code 422 unprocessable content, which typically means there is a validation error. We see a general message, the body field is required, and we see errors array as well, where we have body and the list of errors on the body itself, right? So this is how we perform the validation, and another example of a different status code. Now let's go into destroy, and I'm going to return a response with no content. No content typically means 204 status code. Let's send delete request on the following URL for ID1, send, and we see 204. So that's all. That's how we implement all of these 5 methods with their corresponding status codes. 200 status code, 201, then we have 200 status code, then we have either 200 or validation to like 422, and then we have these 200.